Welcome to Scholars Bite, a talk show with researchers. I'm your host, Amrita Panjwani, founder of Simplified Statistics. And today, on this talk show, we have a highly experienced researcher with an experience of 32 years in research field. His contribution in academia is marvelous. His key areas of specialization are behavioral science and human resource management. A warm welcome to Dr. Kapil Dev Sharma.
Yes, Amrita, as you told, I'm Dr. Kapil Dev and I'm serving at present as Director Academics in LBS Group of Colleges. We are having 5 colleges catering to different streams of knowledge. And out of these 5 colleges, in one of the college, that is Lord Buddha Institute of Technology and Science College, I am holding the role of principal. And prior to that, I served in Commerce College, which is the biggest government set up commerce college in Rajasthan. Here, 3,800 students are studying, and since beginning, they are having post graduation in all 3 disciplines, and it's a research center of University of Kota. So I served as principal, and you will wonder that I joined my government job that in the same college, but in between, I served for 20 years as head postgraduate department of business administration in JDV Girls College in Kota itself,
Okay.
which is also to be one of the best colleges in Rajasthan.
I know you right from JDB, sir. That's how we know each other from that college since I did my graduation from there. And I have observed, sir, as one of the most active and somebody who was always keen to bring in the modern technologies and the vocational courses in the government college, which was a challenge at that time.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's move to the research part. I would like to know what was your research related to?
Amrita, so far as my research related aspects are concerned, I categorize them into 3 parts. One is my own research. Second is the research projects, UGC research projects, which I completed. And third is the research scholars to whom I supervise. So far as my own research is concerned, I completed my research endeavor from Podar Institute of Management, Faculty of Management Studies, University of Rajasthan. And my area of research was organizational behavior, or you may say behavioral science, because when I used to study, motivation always motivated me, and that's why
Right.
I decided that I should explore to what extent Western motivational models are applicable in Indian situations. That's why I decided that I should study 7 premier parastatal organizations in our country, how their managers and engineers feel motivated, and whether they are motivated by the same need pattern which Western models, likewise McClelland or Victor H. Room or Abraham Maslow or Friedrich Herzberg opined, or our motivational pattern is altogether different. Second aspect is I supervised 21 research scholars. They got PhD are working, and they pursued their research in different streams. For example, community satisfaction, corporate social responsibility, strategic management, green marketing, and various aspects of glass ceiling, then psychological contracting. So on varied aspects, they completed their doctoral work with under my supervision. As I told you that I completed 2 minor UGC research projects and 2 major research projects of the University Grants Commission. One was related with industry institute interface. If business schools and industry have a symbiotic interface, how it will result, and how it will create win-win situation for both of them. That was the my main area in one of the UGC major research project. And another was on green marketing, and third was that was role of industry in community satisfaction. That was another important area that I explored. But so far as these 21 research scholars are concerned, I consider 3 are outstanding. One
Okay.
is Dolly Jasuja, who is a professor in some Saudi Arabia women university and who presented her paper in Wharton and Harvard as well. And one is Sheila Saeed. When I used to supervise her work, I never found any mistake in her work. And
Wow.
yeah, third was a very senior person, Mr. Rajat Mukherjee, who was senior vice president of DSCL Kota, and he was product of IIT Roorkee, and then he got his management degree from Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi. So these three scholars, which fortunately I got, they were outstanding.
That would have been an amazing experience, isn't it?
Yeah. If you get a good scholar, because if scholars are facing some language related issue or they are lacking somewhere in research methodology, so in that situation you are held up in small things and you cannot justify the main you can say problem or the research theme. But if your research scholar is proficient so far as language is concerned and research methodology is concerned, then supervisors work become more easy and supervisor may concentrate on the main theme of the research.
That's so nice to listen about so many different aspects. Like, not only I would say you have covered organizational behavior, but you have covered so many perspectives which are related to the development of organizations themselves. And then the theme that you told about, where you try to combine the university students and the industrial exposure, and how that would be a win-win situation. That seems to be something very interesting.
Right. When we supervise students and the students are having a flair of their domain, in that case it gives satisfaction to supervisor as well, research guide as well, and that was the case in so far these three research scholar. But one scholar I recollect was my first research scholar. She was a girl, and she was a meritorious student, a gold medalist. But and I gave a topic that how quality circles are applicable and can deliver results in Indian organization, because probably you know that quality circles were in vogue in Japan, to total quality management and quality circles. But because she was a very good girl, but because most of the literature was available in English and she was from Hindi medium background, she couldn't make justice with her research. But somehow, because she was my first research scholar, I tried a lot and I worked a lot, and because of that, she got doctoral degree.
Wow, that's so admirable. That's so inspirational. That means the role of a research guide doesn't end if the skills of the scholar is not sufficient. You push them to an extent that it becomes a team effort and it's a success for both.
Yes. And moreover, what required that not only the research supervisor, but I advise that all researchers should try to search local mentors from their peer groups or from the faculty members in the organization where they are, or in the academic institute where they are pursuing research, and not only in that institution but outside that institution also, in other colleges, in other universities, in industry also, there are some better informed people, and if they can contact them for different type of their problems, then they may get some amount of help to complete their work, and not only complete their work but to achieve excel in the field, in their field.
That's so true. That's so true. So, how would you define your overall journey of 32 years? It's a huge time that you've invested in research field.
Amrita, so far as research or my academic journey, I'm very much satisfied, because to college teachers, and particularly in government setup, teachers are not getting that much opportunities as teachers, their counterparts getting in some premier institutions or some big university. So, so far as I am telling you, there are 5, 6 facets of my academic journey. One is my abroad visits, because I'm associated with a world famous organization, Commonwealth of Learning. This
Wow.
call is catering to 54 Commonwealth nations, and it is being created by Commonwealth governments through a common corpus. And since 1999, I am associated with them when they organized their first Pan Commonwealth Forum in Brunei, University of Brunei. I participated there. Then in second Pan Commonwealth Forum, I went to New Zealand, University of Otago, where Paul conducted their forum. And third is University of London, UCL, University College of London, where they organized their fifth Pan Commonwealth Forum. So not only these three forums, I sent my paper in all 7 forums, and my papers were accepted. And in one forum, I was co-chair in London, fifth Pan Commonwealth Forum. I was co-chair there. And in addition to that, when I was returning from Brunei in Malaysia and Singapore, I interacted with faculty of some premier business schools. There are particular one business schools I am giving the name, the National University of Technology in Singapore. So they provided hospitality there and interacted with their faculty related with their business school. Second aspect, I wrote 8 books, research papers. I contributed not only in national journals, but premier journals, international journals on commerce, management, economics, etc. Then in more than 20 business schools, I have been invited as visiting faculty or guest faculty. I am on the member or on some office bearer position on several professional bodies. I have been external consultant for external subject expert for MS University Baroda, which is treated to be most important university in India. Then I am on the faculty, board of studies, academic council. Still, I am state representative, government representative on academic council of University of Kota. I had been on board of studies of University of Kota, MS University Baroda, Vardhaman Mahavir Open University. So these are my academic attainments, and more than I can, if I recollect, I attended more than 80 conferences, workshops, seminars, national, international level workshop. So being a college teacher and being you can say that researcher, these I consider that my association with these organizations is self-fulfilling. But last but not least, I want to tell you that I am on the board of member of very important organization, World Association on Open Education, which is known as WOW, and another international organization, International Council of Distance Education and Open Learning. I am on the board of accreditation of that premier organization. So this gives me internal fulfillment and inner satisfaction, a kind of contentment being a teacher.
That is so great. I just cannot imagine how many universities and how much exposure and how did you manage time. That means you would have been throughout the process very active and keen to learn.
Still the journey is on, and I feel happy. Yeah. And I feel happy if some research scholar comes to me, even some research scholar who is pursuing research with someone else, and if he is having some genuine problem, I try to resolve that to best of my knowledge. So this is a pious work. Being a teacher, one should assist the students, and I feel happy when I visit different institutions and meet with different teachers, faculty members, and students also. Once when I was addressing 700 students in MS University Baroda. They were business school students because in MS University Baroda, the most popular faculty is faculty of management, faculty of commerce. So they are having big number of students there. And when I was addressing, it was a kind of satisfaction because when you are addressing 700 students in a big hall, that matters.
True, that aura, that moment is in itself a very big success, I would say.
Thank you.
And I feel that you are a big inspiration for people around you. Your research scholars would be really lucky.
Yes, research scholars are really, they are doing wonderful job if they are really serious, if they are taking it seriously, if they want to contribute something significant to their area of domain. So that matters a lot because researchers are those persons who are coming with new knowledge, and this society, this is you can say innovative society, knowledge society, society which care for wisdom. They not require business people that much. We require, in our country, we require those people who are creating knowledge, those people who are those people who are inventing, and they are coming with altogether new knowledge. So research says that what has been searched, you should search it again, and you should come with new findings which are worthwhile for the community.
That's a very beautiful way of presenting what does research means. So, what would be
Thank
your
you.
message? What would be your message for the aspiring scholars?
Yes, I want to convey five, six things, or you can say ideas to them. One is that when a research scholar starts his or her journey, they should go through the literature of their domain in which they want to pursue their study. Through more and more books, journals, or research papers, or you can say periodicals when they will go through that, or research reports they will go through, they will get clarity of ideas, and they will come to know that which are the virgin areas in which they can pursue their research, which are the gap areas where they are having opportunity to start their work. So what has already been happened, what is lacking, what are the gap areas where one can pursue research, that gives them a filler. And therefore, review of literature is altogether important. And for that, they should consider both type of literature which is available online and which is available offline. Nowadays, these universities are having networking, network libraries on internet. They can have access to different libraries, and therefore they may. And there are so many online journals which are available to research scholars free of charge. They should go through them, but it doesn't mean that everything they should go through, because one cannot read a lot. There is a span of reading also. So one should be choosy that in which area they have to explore the literature. Another area, they should get mastery over research methodology, and they should try to know that what sampling is scientific sampling, what kind of statistical techniques can be used in their area, where ANOVA can be used, where regression can be used, where chi-square can be used, where t-test can be used. So they should have knowledge about it. And third area, that is because now due to advent of computer and this www, the researchers are having so much ease in completing their research, and they are preparing their reports and analysis of data as well. So they should have mastery over you can say that various software package, research friendly package such as SPSS, MOS, and so many others, and how they can use them. And moreover, in researchers, in case of social sciences, commerce, or management, they should have good knowledge of Excel as well. If they are having this knowledge, then they can prepare their report at their own with a lot of ease. And another area which I consider, that is language proficiency. If you consider that you will pursue your research in English or in Hindi, you should have proficiency and you should have creative ideas. One thing that you should avoid being a researcher, that is plagiarism. So even if you are getting ideas from somewhere, you should club those ideas, you should use your own language, you should mix those ideas, you should make a blend of them, and out of those ideas, you should try to develop your own original idea. That will be your contribution. So what I mean to say, that if a researcher is having expertise in 5 areas, or at least workable knowledge in that, as I told you, that they can search local mentors, they can search some better informed people, they can search some faculty members who are of lower age group, but they are friendly enough and they are having good research aptitude. So they, in that case, they may take advice from them. They can take professional help also. If some good language proficient person or some person can make a good draft, so even if you are having ideas and you are having your own write-up, they can refine it, they can make it better, they can make it readable. So I feel that there is no harm if we take advice, or we can take expertise of such different type of people.
That is so true. That is so true. I think that has been the most informative conversation today. I really enjoyed every minute of it. And your understanding of the process is so deep and great. It's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thanks a lot, Amrita. Thank you.